Hi, my name is Chris Quinlan and welcome to Melbourne Musos, the drum show. Tonight's episode is a straight-on continuation of last week's show, which is metal drumming. This is part 2. I hope you enjoy it. I want to get into it, but I'm just mucking around now. He's starting to get into the master of triplets, Lars Ulrich stuff. He came up in the 80s when Metallica first started out with Kill 'Em All and then Ride the Lightning, and I'm talking about their third album, which is a classic Master of Puppets. In the same time as Metallica, you also had what became, or what is now regarded as the Big Four, which is Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth, and all that. The drummers that are absolutely fantastic in this genre, of course, Lars Ulrich, you've got Charlie Benanti and Dave Lombardo, who I particularly like with Phantomas, Mike Patton's unit, and the various incarnations. And if I'm going to talk about Phantomas, I might as well talk about more of a grunge thing, but the Melvins and Dale Crover, who's really great at just really slow, sludgy, heavy grooves. He's fantastic. The most recent thing I saw him doing was, I think, the Bonnaroo Festival in America, and it was just this great bang, bang, you know, sort of thing. And he was wearing a negligee. You know, everyone needs a new frock every now and again. Nothing quite, you know, very refreshing sometimes. No, I don't partake. That's all right. So what happens is that with this, is that getting into that, there's the Big Four. But on the other side of the coin, I can't go past mentioning Alex Van Halen, who's great with, you know, the typical Hot for Teacher and all that, where you got that sort of, like that kind of stuff there. And that even goes back to Louis Bellson back in the swing days, you know, with the Duke Ellington Orchestra, although obviously not heavy, but... something like that. I'm being a little bit scatterbrained because I was talking about the master of triplets with that rough. Instead of putting 2 in, putting in 3. That kind of thing. Now, a little lick that I quite like is everyone knows the gorilla drummer, okay, doing the, what was it, the chocolate ad? Where they're doing Phil Collins's In the Air Tonight, and he's there, the gorilla, all nice and proud. I remember that ad first came on. Every one of my students, hey Chris, have you seen the drumming gorilla on TV? You know, that sort of stuff. And the typical Phil Collins lick that's very famous. No double bass drum, but if you put that in, I can feel it coming in. Man, I better stop singing. So what happens is if you put that rough in, I'll do it, actually I'll put my left hand on the snare. See, that's the In the Air Tonight lick, so it's a pure and utter rip-off. The original is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, okay? Now I'll heavy it up. I'll put my left hand on the snare and I'll put that rough in. So it's like... Got the picture? So that's what happens there. And that's a great little usage of the triplets. One of the other things that you can do, I'm taking off the things for this, going to my mallets for a second. When I want longer things, okay, I sometimes drop that in, and in my grade 5 drum set manual, I talk about them as double bass grace notes, okay? So I sort of do this. chord. That's not essentially metal, but that's just something else I do with that lick, that little 1, 2, 3. It's quite an important thing to do, really.